Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have something incredibly awesome to take a look at. Today we are going to check out another Rebor item. As you can see, this is Specimen G-2016 Embryo. This is I only bought one of the three different versions because I only bought my favorite of this one. Normally I would buy each and every version if I can, financially willing, of each of the different figures that they release, but this one I didn't really feel the need to, although there are two other really cool versions out there, but I thought that this one was pretty much the only one that I really wanted to get a hold of, so I'm really interested, really excited to get this open and take a look at it. I love this right here. Caution, keep away from fire and radiation. Fragile, handle with care, do not drop. I'm pretty sure I'll be keeping it away from some radiation, but let's go ahead and turn it around here to the back, and you can see here on the back it does state again that it is the Specimen G-2016 Embryo. We have three different colors of that logo back here on the back, which there are three different versions of this model. So we're going to go ahead and set this down, and we'll actually just unbox this on screen, I think, because I have actually had people ask me to unbox these models on screen from time to time, so I might as well do this one because it's small enough that I can, I think, assuming I can actually get this box open. Okay, so I had to pick it up for just a second to try to pull it out a little bit because it's too hard to stretch my arms that far and get it out. It did not want to come out at that point in time. So let's open this up very carefully. Oh, look at that. How insanely cool is that? Now that looks absolutely awesome. Honestly, even cooler in person than I expected it to look. So let's go ahead and actually just take this out entirely. Very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. There we go. And there we are. There is our Specimen G-2016 Embryo in all of its glory. And man, is that cool looking. That is just easily, again, one of the coolest collectibles that I've ever seen. Rebor does this a lot, where they pull out these really cool, like, Rebor Oddities line releases, and they're just always, like, the coolest, most off-the-wall thing that you can think of, and this is definitely another really good one. I recently took a look at their Compsognathus dissection specimen, and I was totally blown away by how beautiful that is, and this one definitely looks to be very, very cool as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get a closer look at it right now. So bringing this up here into the light a little bit higher, and actually taking these random little pieces of string off the back, cleaning it off a little bit, you can see that the actual model itself is beautifully sculpted. Like, look at that really nice detailing there in the head area of our, I guess you might as well just say, Godzilla fetus. You can see that it looks really nice. The nostrils are sculpted out right there really quite nicely. I love the coloration as well because it just generally gives it that really interesting, like, not obviously fully formed fetus type of a look. Really well done. They appear to have quite a few different variations of color, very subtle changes in color included, as well as a really nice dark wash that makes all the detail pop very beautifully and very realistically. The eye is huge, and you can see it's a really nice white coloration. Then you have a pink and then a black pupil, which looks very lifelike as well. I think that looks great. You can see the teeth are sculpted out down here in the mouth area. The mouth is highlighted with that nice darker coloration. As we come back up here into the side of our Godzilla fetus, those trademark Godzilla spines starting to pop up here on the back. Again, the detailing in that area as well looks really, really nice, but you can also see that it's all been hit with that nice dark wash to make sure that all of the detail pops beautifully. And you can continue to see how nice the detailing aspect looks as we move along the figure. You can also see that the arms are sculpted out really quite nicely, as are the legs and feet. The feet almost look to have a bit of a webbing to them a little bit, it seems. You can see the stomach as well a little bit there. If I turn it too much, the light's going to glare off of it really badly there. We'll just turn it like that. Now you can see the girth in the stomach region right there. And the spines up here on the back continue to look really nice. I like how the detailing in general up here looks pretty much just like the back of Godzilla, where it's like really rough looking the entire way down the spinal column of our figure. As you get out here into the tail as well, the tail looks really quite nice as far as the detailing aspect goes, and that wash has allowed all the detail to pop beautifully as you run the length of the tail as you get out here into the tip, which also looks really quite nice. the figure as a whole honestly looks like really quite realistic. Like it genuinely looks like it could potentially be a real animal fetus right here before me. So that's a very impressive factor of the model. You can also see that it does say Specimen G-2016 Embryo Rebor Oddities Confidential Collection down here. And then over here we do again have that warning of keep away from fire and radiation, fragile, handle with care, and do not drop. And then we've of course got some very, very ominous warnings up here on the upper right hand side of the model. And then if we turn it around, we can get a look at the rear side of the model as well, which I think looks beautiful on this side. So you can display it from pretty much any side you'd like, but obviously the opposing side is the more superior side with all of the labeling and everything on it. But if you'd rather just see the model more so than all of the words with it and everything, then this side might be more appealing to you. But honestly, I think the model looks great on both sides. A phenomenal release again from Rebor, and something that is just so cool. Not something that I personally have ever seen. I never would have expected to have seen something like this get released from a company. But again, Rebor continues to innovate when it comes to their incredible oddities line. They always produce some really, really cool stuff in the oddities line, and this is a great addition to the line overall, and in general a beautiful, beautiful model. So as far as a size goes, for a length you are looking at a little hair over 7¼ inches, or about the 18.5 centimeter area. And then for a height, you can see right there that it is just shy of 4¼ inches, or about the 10.5 centimeter range, approaching 11 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon next to our G-2016 Godzilla Embryo, and you can definitely see again the overall size of the model. I would say it's definitely got some pretty decent size to it overall. It's not anything that's huge, it's not anything too small. I would say it's a pretty darn good size for something like this. A very striking model overall as far as the appearance goes, but the size, honestly, I would say is pretty much perfect. So this Rebor Specimen G-2016 Embryo for the Rebor Oddities line is absolutely awesome. Yet another really cool release from Rebor. They continue to blow me away all the time, not just with the overall quality of their products, because the overall quality of their products is always really high. Like, they do release some really high quality stuff, and you always get a lot of bang for your buck as far as the overall quality of their models goes. But as far as like their innovation, like they really continue to innovate so often. Like, there's just consistently new things coming from Rebor that every time I see it, I'm like, wow, that's a really cool idea. Like, I didn't think of something like that. And you most often seem to find those really cool ideas, those really innovative products in the Rebor Oddities line. If you take a look back as time has gone on with that Rebor Oddities line, they've consistently released some really interesting stuff you look at and you don't see anybody else releasing products like that. Are definitely one of the leaders as far as innovation goes when it comes to this Rebor Oddities line, and I feel like this is a really good example of that, because honestly, who out there would have come up with the idea of creating a Godzilla embryo? Nonetheless, a Shin Godzilla embryo, because I can't think of any company currently that would have produced something like this, and Rebor went ahead and stepped forward and did create exactly that, and they really pulled it off in beautiful fashion. I think the model is really well done as far as like the actual embryo itself. It's beautifully sculpted. They have given it a very nice, very realistic sculpt, and at the same time given it a very nice, realistic looking paint job. The actual paint application looks super lifelike and really well done overall. Nothing on the model, in my opinion, looks like paint. It all genuinely looks like the body color of the embryo, and it's all beautifully brought together with a really nice dark wash that I feel like isn't like overly strong. It seems like they've actually applied a few washes to the figure to make all the detail pop, but like the washes that they've used aren't overly strong, like they don't overtake the entire model. They actually look perfect on it to really give it that super lifelike and very appealing looking appearance. And then you combine that with, of course, the really cool name tag there on the front with the Specimen G-2016 Embryo, the warning symbols up there, and everything on it just overall completes the entire scene, and again, is easily one of the coolest releases that Rebor has released yet, and that's pretty much something I always get to say about Rebor, because they always impress me with just how cool of an idea they can come up with, and then how good they are at actually executing that idea. And this is, again, another perfectly executed release from Rebor. I have heard, though, that these are going to be very limited. There's not going to be many made, because I guess they were somewhat complicated to actually make in the first place. So if this is something that you are interested in, make sure that you order them right away, no matter which one it is that you want. I see so many people that kind of pass up on their Rebor products when they are like going up for pre-order and stuff, and I guess come in with the mindset of I'll pick it up later, and then they don't get to, because they usually end up selling out. Like Monty, the Titanoboa, for instance, that thing goes for pretty big money now on eBay because they were so limited, and this, I believe, is going to as well be a very limited product from Rebor. So if you are interested in this, do not sleep on it. Make sure you put an order in right away, or you will miss out on it, because again, I don't believe that there are very many of these that are going to be made overall, and once they're gone, and you cannot get it unless you're going to pay ridiculously high prices, most likely on eBay. So I will include a link in the description to everythingdinosaur.com, where I purchased mine, so you can head on over there if there are even any left at this point and order yours. I'm pretty sure there are, but if there are, make sure you again place an order right away for it so you don't miss out. And otherwise, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.